Hello everyone, welcome back to Conscious Consumerism for our October update. We were trying to do a no-buy for the end of the year from September to December with planned Christmas purchases. So if you haven't seen the previous videos in this kind of series, you could go back and see our no-buy rules, see how we did in September. If you have seen those videos, you know we already failed. October was an even more spectacular failure than September. Let's just get into it. So the first spectacular failure is actually the reason that our September video was so delayed. So we alluded to that a little bit before. And I'm actually going to throw this one over to my husband, Steven, to explain
what happened and why we're so late getting these videos out. You see, what I tried to do was get a time lapse of myself taking this engine out of my hot rod, our 72 Cutlass Supreme. Well, what happened was, as I set the camera up, I needed a little more space. And to do that, I needed to move the car that was behind it. Well, I moved Alexa's car out of the way so that I could then move my car. And I thought to myself, I need to move the camera, but I won't forget to do that. In fact, I'm gonna make it a point to do that as soon as I get out of Alexa's car. Only, I didn't. I got right in my car and I started to back up, and as I did, needless to say, $1,600 later, the camera was finally fixed. Now, shout out to Canon for getting it done really quickly and also for giving us about $300 back. So the $1,600 repair really ended up being $1,300 by the end of it. The lens and the camera body both had to be repaired because, well, when you fall from 6 feet high with no cushion onto concrete, the results are pretty catastrophic.
So the next purchase on our October no-buy failure list is a couple of pairs of pants. Now, again, these are debatably necessary because, again, I started work as a school teacher and the room that I teach in is quite cold and I have no influence over the temperature control. So this is what the two pairs of pants look like. As you can see, we have a black faux leather pair and a wool plaid pair. I got both of these secondhand, so this pair I think off Poshmark, and then this pair was a purchase with my Mercari funds that I made selling my own items. So next on our list is a subscription actually that I keep. The book of the month, I got this in October. This is the October one of the choices. So I did keep that subscription even through our no-buy, even though it is definitely not necessary to get a new book every month. It is something that I enjoy, and we can revisit that later. I mean, we've already failed the no-buy in so many other ways that, well, I know that's not the right mindset. We'll come back to that later. So the next items, or collection of items on our no-buy failure list, I'm just gonna call it that, is a few filming related items, and I don't really know anything about these, so I'm gonna throw it over again so you'll hear from my husband. All right, so we're back, and the next item for me was an eye exam and some contacts. So this has become more of a necessity for me as, like I keep saying, I've returned to a job and have to wear a mask all the time, and glasses get really fogged up by the masks, by the breathing that you do in the masks. So I prefer to wear the contacts with the mask, and that's just a more comfortable solution. Yeah, so we got some contacts. Okay, so next up on our October list is some more zip top bags. So this was a hotly debated purchase. My husband Steven is not a fan of getting these right now, as they are definitely not a need. We already have some, and I was sucked in by a sale, so they got me. But we do like these zip top bags, and we might have a video all about those kind of coming out soon, so stay tuned. But yeah, not a need. The next, again, another little series of purchases that were made together was started because I had an incident where I was eating my lunch with a metal fork and hit one of my front teeth. And if you stick around on this channel, you'll probably hear more about this, but I just have chronically bad teeth. I have weak enamel, and so things like that, where I, strike one of my already weakened teeth with a metal object, are not pleasant instances for me. And so I ordered some plastic silverware off of Amazon, and I know there are issues with that too. We might address that in a later video, but for now, we're normal people. We use Amazon. Sorry. So this is said to be eco-friendly, made out of bamboo. It is said to be machine washable, like clothing. No, it's dishwasher safe. Apparently, I do tend to wash it by hand. And so it did come with 4 sets, I believe, and then a case that you can take a set to work in, or, travel. You don't have to be taking it to work. So yeah, I use this every single day, forks and spoons, and I just feel more of a peace of mind about my precious weak teeth using those plasticware utensils instead of the silverware. So the other things I got were a Christmas surprise. I don't want to spoil any surprises. I had this on the list because I wanted to start some of these Christmas traditions now that we have a baby. I wanted to start some Christmas traditions with her, and so we're gonna start with this one, with the little advent calendar items that you can put on the Christmas tree from the little pockets down there. So I thought that'd be nice to start with our daughter Evie. Now to go to the last item on our October list is a watch battery. This is ridiculous. Okay, so again, because I was returning to work in an environment where it was nice to know the time all the time for planning purposes, it was important to me to have an easy way to check the time that was not technology. So we did do the battery replacement ourselves. So we just bought the battery. So obviously this no-buy format doesn't really work for our lifestyle. We've discovered this with our long list of failures and spending on debatable necessities. So we've learned that we might have to reevaluate how we're doing this, whether this structure is for us or not, whether there could be better outcomes from a different structure, where there's some kind of planned spending, maybe some budget allotment for unplanned things that are seemingly necessities, like a watch battery or some plastic silverware to save my teeth. Just things like that. So we'll be reevaluating our system. We're still going to keep track of everything that we purchase and the reasons why we purchase them. So you can still stick around for, our accountability journey, or you can be accountability buddies with us if you want to. And you can subscribe and follow our channel, like our videos so that we know you're there. And what else do people do? Hit the bell notification, comment, give us some feedback. So you can still do all those things. So we'll still keep track. We might reevaluate for a January goal. This new year, new you, new goals, new structures. Yeah.